What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Gomu Gomu No Talk podcast. This is a podcast where we talk One Piece. We do episode reviews, chapter reviews. Um, I'll be your host, Lyle, and with me, with my co-host, actually, um, Austin. Say what's up, Austin.
What's up? What's up? Welcome back, lads.
Welcome back. Yeah, it feels like it's been a while, but it's only been a week.
I know.
Um, yeah. So this week we've got a few things planned for this week's episode, but
hmm
before we get started, I just want to say, um, make sure you guys subscribe or like the video.
hmm
Give us a thumbs up wherever you're listening on Spotify or YouTube. Gives it helps us out, helps us the channel a lot, gives us any feedback that we may or may not need. Um, just anything really helps, guys. Just
hmm
make sure you guys interact with that. Everything will be in the description in terms of stuff that you can reach us on. And yeah, so for today, we got it's been a light week. Today, this week's episode is kind of crazy
Yeah.
for what we're gonna be talking about. But all we have is an episode review.
hmm
There was a manga break this past week,
Yep.
and next week we'll be back with our regular scheduled programming. But aside from that, we also got a little activity towards the end,
Yep. I
actually,
guess
after
we'll
the
we'll
episode
save
review.
that till after the anime review. I think.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
But I guess
yeah.
even before we even get to the anime review, yo, how are you, Lau?
Not good, not good. Not good, man. It's been a rough week. I've been talking about this with Austin, and yeah,
hmm
since like after last week's episode we
Yeah.
recorded.
Like shortly after,
And I
maybe a
would
few
say it's like
days.
shortly after. I'm not gonna say the whole
Yeah.
week, but shortly after, they're basically from like Friday night.
To what
Well, I'd say
Sunday?
Saturday night till Monday
Monday.
morning. No,
Yeah.
Tuesday morning. Basically yesterday, actually. So
Yeah.
some Saturday night till yesterday, I've been going through food poisoning,
hmm
and if anyone's going through food poisoning, it is not the
Yeah.
funnest thing. I
It
don't
is
know.
not
Actually,
fun.
I do know what I ate,
Really? Wait, what
and
was
all I'm
it?
gonna say is my own people betrayed me.
Oh,
It was
really?
Filipino food. It was lechon. It was lechon
Oh.
quali. Like it's like fried pork. I don't know if you've ever
Mhm.
had it, but I can't. I don't know. I've been trying to get off pork for a while because it always makes me feel like
Yeah.
shit after.
I'm the same
But
way.
like but I always say like Filipino pork never makes you feel bad. But I
Mhm.
guess now it's got me sick. So yeah, no, that's been not. It hasn't been fun.
Yeah, and
I
I'm
think out of
glad you're
everything,
starting to feel
the
better.
sweating, yeah, the
Mhm.
sweating was not the fun. Yeah, I feel great now.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Now
It's so
up
funny
until a
you
few
said
moments ago, I had
up
a
until
headache though.
Tuesday, because then Tuesday I got food poisoning, aka yesterday, and
Oh my
for me
god.
it only lasted a day. Like it was just all of yesterday. I just felt terrible, and then this morning I feel like 10 times better. I'm still recovering, but I'm fine now. But I know
We
exactly what it was for me though.
mm,
Dude, it was Chipotle. It was the what is it? The what is that? The new chicken that they have. It's like honey Chipotle
oh,
chicken or
I don't know.
something.
I don't go to Chipotle often, so
Yeah, I
I
got it for
guess I know
Cinco
not
de
to get that.
Mayo on Monday, and
Was it cheaper or was it like on a sale or something?
no, it just came with you could get free chips and queso with it. But
Mm,
dude, it was kind of worth it because the food it did taste really good, but dude, yesterday was brutal for me. Uh,
mm,
and it felt like you just transferred your food poisoning to me since you were basically down bad until yesterday, and then I was just down bad from yesterday until today.
yeah. I'm telling you, man, them demons transferred from there to you,
Yeah.
and whoever's sick afterwards, I'm sorry,
Oh
because
yeah.
food poisoning
Whoever's
is no
listening to this
joke.
right now, beware.
They're coming to you. They're coming to
hmm
you, 100%.
No. I guess now that we're
So,
feeling better, we
um,
can just jump right into this
yeah,
episode.
yeah, we're feeling a lot better. So, man, this episode, I just want to say It was very good. I really,
Yeah.
really, really enjoyed this episode.
Not
I
even
thought it
to
was very
spoil it,
good.
dude. This was a masterpiece.
This
It was
was
so good.
absolute cinema. I do, we can get into it a little later. I do like have like some complaints, but we'll get into it later. But I guess we can start
Hmm.
from the beginning.
Yeah.
It continued from where we left off, basically from the last episode, where
Hmm.
Alice is like, "Pacifistas, go
Yeah.
attack the Navy instead. Fuck, fuck them. Fuck, what are you talking about us?"
Yeah.
And as my and we see the Saturn. He got
Yeah.
his own to be continued.
Yeah.
Um, and that's where it left off from the previous episode. That's where it starts off too, because we see Saturn in the
Exactly.
beginning as well. We see
Yeah. Picking up
he's
his
the title
wine
card.
glass, dude.
He is the title card. Yeah, he is the title card. So we know
Hmm.
this shit was gonna be crazy
Hmm.
based off him, but we didn't get to see him first. Like
Yeah.
the first half was completely mainly about Sanji,
Hmm.
Atlas, Stella, and Frankie going looking for Bonnie,
Yep.
and that was a big part of it.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
I remember they were riding the Vega tank looking for Bonnie. Sanji uses his it's called his Lady Dar, and he finds her.
yeah,
And I was just wondering,
it's
is this like another form of advanced observation hockey, or like, is
yeah,
this something
it's it's
else?
his
You
it's
know?
his advanced observation hockey. I also like to call it his goon senses,
Yeah, I think it's his goon sense.
gooner senses, but
Hmm.
it's hey, it's it, hey, he ends up finding her. So he
Hmm.
I thought that ride going down the sky clouds on the Vega
Hmm.
tank was actually pretty cool, like well animated. So
Yeah.
this whole episode was well animated. What am I gonna say?
But yeah.
But I actually really like seeing that. I thought the Vega tank. I think the Vega tank looks a lot cooler now than it did. Like I don't know why. Like I didn't notice how cool it looked until today. I don't know
Yeah.
why. Like it keeps popping up in my head, but
Hmm.
um, that was pretty cool. Uh, and then Sanji, like when he's like, my heart is too impatient for, or that's not as that like too impatient for you guys trying to like get to her. So
Hmm.
he ends up just like booming out, sky stepping towards
Yeah.
her
Yeah, and then we
like
can
a
see
fucking.
that she's hiding from the pacifistas, and she's attacked by, I believe it's Pomsky, one of the
Mhm.
HQ vice admirals, and
Yeah,
then again she gets jumped by another vice admiral. I think it's Bluegrass, who has the ability to control anything that she rides, and she jumps her while she's
the
on a
ride
pacifista.
fruit, the ride fruit.
Hmm.
Yeah, that shit's funny as well. I think that was funny. But like I thought it was
Yeah.
pretty cool. Like
What?
from Bonnie was the NDE or near death experience attack thing, where I
Hmm.
guess she like
Oh, is that what it
makes
stands for?
people. Yeah, NDE
Okay.
stands for near death experience, and it goes to her
Hmm.
AJ fruit thing.
Yeah.
So maybe like the way it works is in regards to her fruit is like
Hmm.
giving them a future where they're about to die,
Yeah, we can
right?
see
That's
that
why
they're
they're all like,
hallucinating
oh,
their
like
own death and like decay. Like they're turning into like
yeah.
skeletons, they just fall over. And I thought it was pretty cool because we don't really get to see too many I guess like gun users in the show, and to see her using her like devil fruit with a gun, I don't think we've seen that before, have we?
Dude, I was gonna
Specifically a
say something
gun?
else.
Yeah.
No, we
Like the
haven't.
application of a devil
Eh,
fruit on a gun. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool too.
Hmm.
But no, because like you got me thinking now. I don't think we seen it. I remember before we fought, like before I realized that like Shanks's whole crew was like non-devil fruit users, because for the
Yeah.
longest time I'm like, damn, I wonder like if Yasov uses something with this devil fruit with his gun.
Uh,
I thought that would be badass if you saw like someone with like that uses a gun with the devil fruit, but I
yeah.
don't think we've seen it.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, no, she uses that attack with it. But you know what else too? It's this is completely different. But I know, like, remember that thing where Kobe, where they saved Kobe and they used the flower bullets. I thought that was like, for some reason I
Oh
thought about
yeah.
that because I mean it is someone with a gun. And
Hmm.
when you said that, I thought about that, but I quickly realized that was not a Delphi. That was just
Hmm.
Vegapunk technology. But
Yeah.
we'll get back on topic.
Hmm. Oh yeah. So
I
then
thought Bluegrass pulling up with the rider rifle was funny as hell too.
oh yeah. And then
Um
we can see that it's
and
she commands it to shoot Bonnie, and then as it's about to like fire the light beam, Bonnie starts getting flashbacks of specifically Preacher Kuma. He's got the whole preacher fit, the Bible. You can even see him like kind of smiling, and she just has these like memories of him, and
yeah,
obviously she's
she's
pretty
just a
sad.
kid.
Yeah.
She is a child still, and she like deer in headlights moment, see
hmm
this big giant robot
Of
death beaming
yeah, her
you,
father. Yeah.
and then she's just like, I'm gonna just stand in front. No, you
Mhm.
gotta get out the way. I mean, but I get it. She's like what, like 12 or 13.
I think she's 12.
She yeah, gone
hmm
through a lot. So
Yeah.
obviously when you see your father's face and seeing everything that's been happening, especially with like what happened in this arc where she sees his memories and stuff
hmm
and sees like how everything happens, like
Yeah.
this whole thing is pitting her like emotionally
Yep.
like a fucking truck,
Oh
like a
yeah.
semi, like not even just a truck, like a fucking 18 wheeler.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is fucking her up, and I understand. And Sanji like gets her out of the way, and
hmm
he's like, listen, I heard what you said, I heard that's your daddy, but you gotta realize that ain't your daddy no more.
Yeah.
Or especially those guys, those robots, that's not your daddy.
Yeah.
So you
So
need to get
Sanji
your
pulls up,
fucking head in
saves
the game.
her, and then the other pacifistas come and join the fight, and they start stalling. I guess the vice admirals as Vegapunk and the others just pull up to rescue them. Um, and then I
Can I say
believe,
something
hmm
before we go?
yeah,
Is the vice admirals, man, are so fucking sorry, dude. They are, and I don't know if this is like. I mean, at this point, I guess it has to be intentional.
hmm
It's besides Garb, these guys are trash. Even Smoker, I'm calling you out, Smoker. But
oh
like,
my god, yeah,
it's these guys are all. I don't think I've ever seen a vice admiral take a W this
yeah.
whole
I
show.
feel like they only take L's to the point like at this point, I wouldn't even want to be a vice admiral. I'd rather be a
I,
commodore.
I've seen I've seen Smoker take more W's as a non vice admiral
hmm
than as a vice
Yeah.
admiral. Because remember before the time skip,
hmm
Smoker was like, "Oh yeah, like beats Luffy, obviously because
Oh yeah.
fucking hockey. He doesn't lose to Ace, even though Ace
hmm
probably would have whooped his ass and was holding back. He
Yeah.
doesn't lose to him.
He didn't take any
You
L's.
know,
Yeah.
he got. I think he gets like captured by Crocodile,
hmm
but it's Crocodile. He's him.
Yeah. He gets a
So
pass
it's
there.
just like he gets a
Yeah,
pass.
he's a
Yeah. So
warlord, So
but now it's just like, oh, okay, you're vice admiral. All he's done was getting clapped. Yeah.
yeah,
Now
literally.
it's just part of the job, unless you're Garp. Unless you're
True.
Garp.
That is
So,
true.
but
hmm
yeah, but sorry, I had
No,
to
no,
get into
no. You're
that.
good. But so
But
Vegapunk comes in, rescues them, and it cuts to the rest of the Straw Hat crew. And I think they're still in the Labosphere. It's like I believe it's like Chopper, Nami, Usopp, Edison, Stussy.
But oh no, Jinbei's gone, I think, right?
I
No,
don't
or
think
Jinbei was still at
Jinbei's
the
with
edge.
them. Yeah, and they're taking care of Robin because she's injured as they prepare to leave. And then I believe Stassi announces that she's gonna stay because she still has some work to do. And then we can see by Edison's reaction, he looks very confused and also like shocked.
And
Um,
he's like,
yeah, like what unfinished business do you have, But he obviously reluctantly he says okay, and then Edison and the Straw Hat crew leave. And even me, I actually forgot why she stays there. This was like a really nice scene that like
I
when I
think
watched, I was like, oh wow. hmm
from what I remember, it was like I think she tried to save Kaku or something.
Okay, was it? Because I know Kaku's with them in there. He's still in his bubble.
I remember there was a connection between Kaku and it's not maybe it is probably a one-way connection between Kaku and Stussy. Like I think
Mm-hmm.
there was like some sort of like friendship going on between the
Mm-hmm.
two, or maybe there was, and then like Kaku felt betrayed. But I do remember it was like I think it was Stussy trying to help out Kaku.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong.
Yeah,
But
I actually don't remember. So seeing the scene, it actually made me kind of like excited to see like exactly why and what happens. Even though I read it, I
mm,
don't remember. But
yeah.
obviously the Straw Hat Crew leaves, and dude, okay, I don't know what it is up with Saint Saturn in this wine glass, but like the next scene we can
So wait,
see him.
so
He's still on his ship. He's putting the wine glass down as he stands up, and bro, do you remember where we put Saturn on the Aura tier list? Because I don't know why. I think after this
um
episode, we might have to go back and change it.
nah, it does not change. Does not change.
Really? Dude, I thought this episode, every single time he was like had the wine glass, or just like every scene that he was in was just like like so much aura. And even in this
But
scene, like the music starts changing. It's like pretty dark. You can tell it's
but
pretty
this but
ominous.
this but this one, and we'll get more into this as
Hmm.
the episode goes on, as we talk about this, because
Yeah.
I didn't want to talk about it. Is this is exactly how everybody felt when this was happening in the
True, true,
manga book,
true.
right? When like okay, yo, Saturn is, we're finally get to see uh
Yeah.
what's it called,
Elder.
an elder, a
Hmm.
Gorze, like, pull up. All we've seen them is hanging around that grimy ass couch,
Yeah.
and we're actually going to see them do some action. Um, and as like everybody's fighting, like Zoro and
Hmm.
Luffy, Kizaru. Mind
Yeah.
you, like Luffy, Kizaru, like they've done, they're doing crazy work with
Oh
those
yeah.
fight scenes. Um, he's
There-
when, like, when he starts that the whole like wave thing, right, when
mhm.
everyone feels his presence,
Oh
like he's like gonna
yeah.
start his, I guess, the summoning thing,
Yeah.
is crazy. Like this guy, yeah, you're right, insane aura at first, but like what happens after,
Hmm.
minus all those
Minus,
like it gets
yeah.
like
He drops down a
it
few
gets put away.
tiers. Yeah,
But
I
like,
agree. But for so, dude, I guess this episode just completely revolves around Saint Saturn.
yeah, it's in the name of
Um,
the title.
exactly. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's it.
as he's putting this wine glass down and standing up, you can obviously tell he like shit's about to go down. And then
Yeah,
it cuts to Zoro still fighting Lucci. And I just want to like point out, dude, the animation for these fight scenes are so clean, because not only is it Zoro fighting Lucci, but while they're fighting, it's also Luffy fighting Kizaru.
yeah,
And yeah, like dude, the fights are so clean.
yeah, it's crazy. Um, yeah, they're fucking cooking with this shit.
Mhm.
Like I said, like
No, yeah,
it's
they're really
this
putting the
is
animators to work this episode.
and it's like, like what's about to happen. Like the thing they've done a really good job about this episode is, like, we know, especially if, like, okay, if you're a first time anime watcher, right?
Hmm.
Like, um, it's in the name of the
Yeah.
title of the episode. Like, it's about Saturn. We know it's coming, right? Like, he's standing up. The wine glass keeps coming off the table. He does the whole, like, like, everyone feels his presence kind of thing. It's like,
Hmm.
even with all this shit happening around, all everyone's thinking about, the viewers, is, when is Saturn pulling the fuck
Dude,
up in this episode?
yes.
And the buildup is crazy.
Yeah.
That's what I love the most about this episode, is
Hmm.
the even though, like, one of my only complaints is, it did feel like it was dragging on a little
I
bit,
agree.
but at the same time, it was, the whole point of it is to
The
keep
build up.
you by
Yeah.
your ball sacks. Like, hey, this motherfucker's pulling up. There's so much
Hmm.
shit happening on the screen right now. Zoro
I know.
Lucci, Kizaru Luffy, and then the
Yeah.
whole shit going on with Bonnie and, like, Frankie and all those guys.
Oh yeah.
But this motherfucker is the main show of this, of what's about to happen.
Yeah. Although like everyone's fighting their own battles, like this, you can already tell like whatever Saturn's about to do is gonna be the whole point of this episode. Um,
Yes.
dude, because and I feel like the way they set this episode up was like they would show you clips of everybody else and then immediately cut to just Saturn. And I also felt the same way. I was like, dude, when is this guy even gonna like show up in this episode, or are they just gonna
Is it
keep
this
teasing him
episode?
like with this wine glass? But
Yeah.
you can see like after we see Kizaru and Luffy fighting, like Saint Saturn just starts walking up, and as he's walking up, the wine glass is just slowly moving, and until it completely falls off the table. And then again, they do the same thing where it keeps cutting back and forth, and it cuts to Luffy just dodging a speed of light kick from Kizaru. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then cuts back to the wine glass falling, and immediately seeing the eyes of Saint Saturn glowing as like a
Mm-hmm.
shockwave
Mm-hmm.
comes off of his ship, you know. Dude, and everybody immediately stops. You can see like Chopper, Jinbei, literally everybody as they notice his aura. And I believe Jinbei specifically says like what is this unearthly presence? I thought that was a really cool detail.
Yeah.
Because like again,
Yeah.
we've never seen like we've only seen the Gorosei, but like we've never seen them in action or like with really other people, you know, and especially not in this form. And then
Yeah.
we could see like from the perspective of the Marines on the ship, like dark clouds start forming and it just engulfs the entire sky. And I don't know if this was CGI. I think it was, but I thought it looked so cool seeing the dark clouds form and just like engulf everything.
Yeah.
Um, and then again, it cuts back. I think the way they did this episode was so good because it just kept cutting back and forth, and then we see it cuts back to Saint Saturn the ship, but he's completely gone.
Yep.
And then
And then
yeah.
and wait, sorry, go ahead, go ahead,
Oh
go
no
ahead,
no
go ahead.
you go.
And then the whole thing, man, where the fuck is he? All you hear before it cuts to the title card,
Mm,
stand down pacifistas. It's like, oh
yep.
shit. Oh shit. And
Yeah.
then and then that little cutscene, right, where it
Mm,
shows like who's on top, who's above the Vegapunks
yep.
on the hierarchy, the control.
Yeah.
The motherfucker is here.
Finally,
This guy,
halfway through the
this guy
episode,
is
he's
finally
finally
here.
here.
Oh, not even, yeah, over halfway through the episode, he's halfway. Yeah, he's here, and
Mm,
everyone's like, "Oh shit!" You
yeah.
see the fucking pentagram
Yeah,
just
the summoning
on
circle just up
the
here.
summoning circle. There's fucking Satanism in this fucking verse, man. What the hell's going
I
on? You got the fucking
know.
pentagram.
Yeah,
You got the whole
I
fucking
thought this
dark
was a show
like,
about pirates, you know?
yeah. I thought this was about pirates and shit. And then this, like, out of nowhere, this motherfucker pulls up. The hockey with like the hockey effects was
Mm,
I guess the hockey, yeah, like it's going everywhere. It's cool as hell. The
mm,
clouds, like now, like the sky clouds that Vegapunks are riding on, it turns black,
completely
and
dark.
it's like
Yeah.
no, like you're a Commodore. I think it's
Mm.
like if you're a Commodore below, like dude, get off this island.
Yeah, it says
You
like
do
I
not want to be
think
in this present.
nobody below the rank of Commodore is like allowed to like see him, you know. I actually had to
Mhm.
go like while watching that episode, I had to actually look up what a Commodore was. And I don't know if you know, but from my research, I learned a Commodore is the fifth highest rank in the Marines, and that's what Smoker was before the time skip, before he
Is that
got promoted
when
to
you
Vice
first met him?
Admiral. Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe so. So it's like one step below the Vice Admiral. So basically, all these Marines on this island are cooked, besides the Vice Admirals.
Hmm.
And then we can see like the Marines on the island, like dude, they're completely shook. Like they are as confused as we are. um as we see like from the pentagram, the summoning circle, like huge just huge dark explosions start like occurring on it, and I
Yeah.
believe it cuts to Bonnie's face and you can just see how terrified she is.
Yeah, I'm terrified.
Yeah, I
Watching
know,
this
I was
shit, bro.
actually kind of scared.
I and like I there's like a thing like I love about the five Gorosei or the Gorosei and and Emu is like everything they do is eerie as fuck, and even stuff they've done in the manga,
Mhm.
especially, yeah, spoiler
Ooh,
alert,
spoiler, yeah.
Saturn's death. It's
Dude,
just
that was
creepy as
so
hell.
creepy.
And when that cutscene in this week's episode
Yeah,
of Saturn, the fucking his spider
his
form,
spider
his
running at
yokai
the
form,
camera,
just
right?
running at the
Oh
camera,
my
and I'm like,
god.
what the fuck? I
Yeah.
was like, what?
No, I actually got scared when I saw that
Into like
running at
the
me.
big ass smoke, yeah,
Mm,
and the pentagram showing up and all that stuff. And I
mhm.
feel bad for that soldier that
Oh,
was just caught in the
instantly. I don't even know what happened to him, but like you could see
he
like
got boomed.
when Saturn's like getting, I guess, summoned, like a dark it looks like a goo or like a goop starts like forming from the circle, and you can see it starting to form, like it's forming into his spider body and his face. And then as he appears, dude, he just looks like a huge demon. Like he doesn't even look like a person, dude. He actually looks like a
Yeah.
demon. Like and I believe the Marines literally, they think he's a monster, or like I forgot if they actually called him a monster, but they can
Yeah.
say like you can see that they're terrified. And I thought an
Yeah.
interesting part of this episode, especially once he gets summoned, like the first thing he says is that it's been a while since he's been on solid ground.
Yeah.
Um, in which I guess that like, really goes to show like they don't ever make any appearances, like ever. And so again, we don't really know when was the last time they actually made an appearance, but it seems like it, even for him, it's been a very long time.
Yeah.
Oh, I also like
And
that
also
when they show him, dude, they show him by his government name. I actually didn't know his name.
Jay Garcia.
Saint Garcia Saturn. I was kind of taken back when I saw that. I didn't remember that that was his full name.
Jay, his full government name.
Yeah,
Yep.
they
Saint
really
Jay
called him by
Garcia
his government
Saturn.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Um.
I believe right after that we can see Kizaru. He fires a shot at Vegapunk, making the Vega tank fall from the clouds. And
Mhm.
I believe Luffy is still fighting Kizaru at this point, and he dodges one of Kizaru's blasts, and then you can just see him like spinning uncontrollably. And then like while he's spinning, he just has this idea, and then he takes his like momentum from his hit. Oh no, he takes his momentum like from his spin, and then just hits Kizaru with a star gun, and I this was so pleasing. It was very
Oh
similar to
my.
his fight with Kaido, where I guess is like special to his Gear 5, where he like punches him, and like you can see his hand like not like going through his head, but like I don't even know how
Bending
to
it,
describe it. Yeah, like
making a
bending,
rubber just.
yeah, making his head
Mm.
rubber. But yeah, you can really see the impact that it has. And
He's like, this is not good.
yeah, and the
This
next
is
part was
no good.
yeah, as he's fighting Kizaru, like you can see Saturn seeing this, and has these flashbacks of Nika. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like, oh fuck.
yeah, no,
But
literally,
this is
you could
like,
see like, yeah,
but man, these elders, right, have
mhm,
gone too fucking lazy, bro.
yeah,
If Shingo Jay Garcia, this is why Jason Saturn got boomed, because like Emu real, like, dude, these guys are getting too fucking, what's the
they're
word,
getting too
like,
comfortable.
yeah, too comfortable. It's like, yeah, because they basically let this happen, right? It's like
Yeah,
with when you're okay, so seeing Saturn's job was the science of defense, right? It's like he
yes,
has to be able to like be on top of what Vegapunk's doing, so to make sure that he's not uh researching what happened, like, the O'Hara and like what's going
hmm
on in the Void Century. The whole point is to deter people from keep looking into this and
hmm
prevent it from keep happening. And it's Saint Saturn, he fucking it up. That's and he says it too. It's been a while since I've been here. Maybe he needs to actually start showing up more, man, because or
yeah,
this shit's gonna keep fucking happening.
no, yeah,
It's crazy.
no, you can definitely see
It's
that like
it's
when he sees this Nika flashback, he's like, oh, I fucked up. Like I let it reach
yeah.
this point, and then
It's yeah.
yeah, Luffy after that punch reaches his limit in Gear 5, and it seems
Just
like he's out of commission.
mhm.
And then
Yeah. He
The
goes into
Vega tank
the
falls. Yeah, right after.
yeah. And right after that, oh, also one thing too, like, I'm really excited to see um the colorized versions of the Gorosei's yokai forms.
Oh yeah.
Um, because like I figured they were just gonna be black and fucking gray or some shit, but I
hmm
didn't really like in my head. I didn't think about, oh man, it's gonna make it like Saturn's purple,
Yeah,
with
I
the
know.
gold
I
horns and
wasn't
shit.
expecting that, and he has like almost like a flame, like fire behind him too.
Yeah.
That was
That
really
was
cool.
it's like those little like awakened forms that they had,
Oh yes, yes.
but
Yeah.
this might be a different type of awakening, because we don't really know if it's devil fruits or some.
Something
Uh,
else, yeah.
it might be some devil magic.
No, literally,
uh,
I didn't believe that before, but now that like we're farther in, I'm starting to think there's some like witchcraft going on or something.
yeah, it might be some witchcraft, man. There's some witchcraft.
Yeah.
Um, but like after the whole thing, Saturn
hmm
realizes that this is Luffy. Like Luffy is here, like this is Bika. We just cut into just I guess everyone just looking at Saturn like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
Bonnie, okay. Well, there's a few people that recognize who he is. It's
hmm
um the Vegapunks, and I forgot who else recognized who it was,
I
but
know Bonnie did, but
um
also it seemed like Vegapunk. I don't know exactly what he said, but like I think I think this might have been like his first time seeing like Saturn, or maybe this is his first time seeing Saturn's like whatever devil fruit form in person. But he also looked very shocked as well. But some people did
yeah,
recognize him.
yeah.
hmm
But I yeah, that's when Bonnie like just starts putting two together. This is that person's voice who's telling
hmm
Vegapunk like, hey, like, you still have the job to do. You gotta make this person into the living weapon.
Yeah,
Talking about
I.
Kuma and being a pacifista,
hmm
and she's like, "This is my chance. I'll
Oh
never get
yeah.
this chance ever again."
She gets
And
the
if she
flashbacks, I
thought,
guess, from the because she got to see into Kuma's memories. Like she can tell like this is like this is who like did this to Kuma. You know.
I would hate taking care of Bonnie because she don't. I understand that is a 12-year-old girl, but
hmm
she don't think, man.
Yeah.
Because the last thing this whole episode, and mind you, this is really a really cool scene. Like I really
hmm
like the scene of her just like it's like the whole "you did it" shit. Like I know she didn't say that, but it's like "fuck you," and then she's crying, and then she just
Yeah.
like stabs him, and that's it, right? But
She stabs
and
him
it
like right
ends
in the
there,
beard.
and I thought that shit cinema, right? That scene,
Absolute
um,
cinema.
absolute cinema.
hmm
But man, they're gonna real. They're like the viewers, like the first time viewers got to know too. Like that's not that ain't not gonna
Oh
do
yeah, like
shit.
that's not doing anything, you know.
Oh my god, he just did this whole thing where he pulled up out of nowhere, out of the thin air,
hmm
pentagram on the circle, boomed a fucking
Booms.
a Navy soldier
Dude, yeah, I didn't
right
even
away.
understand what happened there. Like, you just heard the sound effect, and that the Marine literally just dies. Like, and then of all the things, I was actually kind of surprised when Bonnie just like actually stabbed him. You know, that he would let this happen. But no,
Because
that
she's not a threat. That is why, because
mm-hmm,
she is not a threat. Well,
true.
he'll see later that she is a threat, but
Mm-hmm,
you know, there's that.
no,
But yeah, I mean that's the end of that.
yeah, that's the whole episode.
But
And I mean, what
uh,
can I say besides absolute
legend,
cinema?
legendary,
mm-hmm,
absolute cinema of an episode. We do our ratings.
yeah.
Uh,
What do you want to go first?
yeah, I think you should go first. I'll go
Mm-hmm,
first. I'll give this a nine out of
okay,
10, maybe 9.5.
yeah.
I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a 9. I'll be conservative.
Mm-hmm,
Um, again, man, the only thing I had an issue with is it felt like a drag a little
mm-hmm.
bit, but I guess that's just classic One Piece.
Yeah,
But
dude. If it was
the
classic
the
One
pay
Piece, he wouldn't have even showed up. He would still
that's
be
true,
standing there with the wine glass. You know.
but hey man, like the reason why it dragged was to make sure that we knew who the fuck was coming,
Mm-hmm.
and the payoff from that dragging was well put together.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this at every episode. Um this is I'm gonna be beating on a dead horse at this point because I'm gonna say this a lot. As a manga viewer,
Yeah.
One Piece does an amazing job of making rewarding the manga viewers uh another way of watching it
Oh
without it
yeah.
just being like, oh, this is just it, the picture's moving. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I actually felt like the same emotion that I felt reading this when I
Mm-hmm.
was watching it, if not and then some. Even though I knew it was gonna happen, I
Yeah.
did feel that same like feeling I had when I first read it,
Dude,
and
if
I'm
anything,
just
I
taking.
felt like I was more scared watching it than reading it. Especially
Yeah,
like we talked about that scene when like the screen is dark and he's just like running up in his spider form. Dude, I thought like these little
yeah,
details like in the anime were so good and it really helped build it up more.
yeah.
Mm, but
Can't wait.
yeah,
I haven't
my
seen
rating.
the preview for the next episode, but I can't
Oh
wait.
yeah, I know. My rating. I'm surprised. I'm giving this one a 10 out of 10. I thought
Okay.
when I watched the first half, I had the same exact feeling of like, dude, are they really gonna drag this on? I was like, there's no way they're dragging this on, right? But
Yeah.
again, I thought that the way that they were kind of dragging on, like showing the cuts between the action, the people on the island, and then Saturn like slowly kind of making his very grand appearance on the island. I thought like all of that payoff, like the wait was worth it. I thought, if anything, like it made it even more spectacular when he does show up and like makes his appearance. So surprisingly, I feel like this is gonna be. I don't know if this will become a more like if we're gonna give like pretty good ratings from now on. But dude, I thought this was so good because I thought it was even better than when I read it, to be honest. And I guess did you see the recap for the next episode?
No.
Or I mean the I guess the trailer for the next episode. It seems like next week it's gonna be a recap episode between Bonnie and Kuma. And
Oh,
even
yeah, I did see that. Yes, yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. I
And,
saw I saw a little bit of it. I didn't watch
mhm.
the, but I saw like this. I will tell you all about Jewelry Bonnie.
Yeah, it's like
So,
Chopper like narrating it. To me, it seems like
yeah.
a recap episode, and they typically do this when they have like a really good episode. And I was wondering, are we gonna review that? Are we reviewing recaps?
Um,
Because I don't
I
know.
mean,
I don't think we necessarily have to, right?
that's content for the next week's show.
Yeah. I guess it depends because
Nah,
next week we're having a manga chapter, so I'm not
yeah.
sure.
We can talk about it off the books more.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but we'll see. We'll see. But man, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'll agree. I'll agree with you. This is gonna be one of those classics. Those one of them ones.
Mm-hmm.
But hats off to Toei. Great episode. Probably the best episode of Egghead so far.
Oh yeah.
And I can't wait. I can't wait for the next.
Mm-hmm.
Cannot wait for the next. Uh, Let me get myself together for again. But yeah, that's it for the anime review. And we're gonna be moving forward to our, I guess, a little activity today. In lieu of no manga, we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna be doing some blind rankings.
Yes.
We both of us have set up two topics each.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we're gonna just go through them one by one. So I'll do one, then you do one, then I do one, then you do one.
Okay.
Um, we do some blind rankings and we'll go from there. And if you don't know how blind rankings work, it's basically I'll give you a topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can say best food, and I'll give you random food one by one. You won't
Yeah.
know what's next. All you know is that you're gonna rank them between 1 through 5, put them through a
Mm-hmm.
random number, and you're gonna have to anticipate if there's gonna be a better one coming or if there's gonna be a worse one coming. So you better you better use wisely because you can't change the spots.
Yeah.
Um, I'll go first. I wrote these down on my phone. Uh, so
Yes. What do you have?
I'll go first. My first one is the who will find the One Piece. All right.
Okay. Okay.
Um, and the first person I'm gonna put on here is how about Shanks?
Oh. Okay.
1 through 5.
Um.
Okay, but wait, we're doing five
Yeah.
character. We're doing five each for
Mm,
all these.
yeah. So Okay, so Shanks, and this is for who's going to find like finding the One Piece.
Yeah.
Oh God. I think, dude, for Shanks, I'm gonna have to put him at two. I think,
Okay.
especially, especially since he literally said, like, there's that one scene when with him and Beckham, and he's just like, I think it's time to go find the One Piece.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but like, hey, there's only one person that can find it. There's only
Mm,
one crew that's gonna find it first. It might be Shanks. We don't know. Oda
I
might pull a
think
fast one
in
on us.
terms of finding the One Piece, I think that he had like of all the people, he has he has I think the same amount of road poneglyphs as everyone else, so he has a really good chance of actually finding it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put Shanks at 2.
Next person.
Mm-hmm.
Boogie.
Buggy, I mean you already know how I feel about Buggy. I believe Buggy's actually gonna. I think he's also looking. He actually has aspirations to be the Pirate King. Do I go? I'm trying to think. For me, I was one. I'm thinking 3.
Okay. Okay. All
I think he could make
right.
some big
Next.
moves.
I don't know,
I'm scared.
man.
I'm scared.
You locked in three. You locked in
I
three. Okay.
know. I
Okay.
already
Okay.
locked in threes.
All right. Next person. Law.
Yo, Law's cooked. 5. Think about it. Like, think about the last time we saw him. I think I just saw a post recently. It's like it's been 2 years since we seen Law. Like I think in the manga or something. I don't know
Okay.
when, but Law. We have not seen Law since he got clapped by Blackbeard. Like his
Well,
crew's in shambles. Like I think he's actually
well, the
cooked at this point.
okay. Well, the next person I have is Enel.
Dude, okay.
uh,
Oh
I'm
my
not gonna
god,
lie,
one
I had
before.
Skyboss first, and then I changed my mind in while I was in the shower.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, let's put it now. But yeah, no.
Okay. Personally, I think Adele is plotting some, and I think he's gonna make a comeback in the story.
He has a
And
non-zero chance of finding the
he
One
has a
Piece.
non-zero chance. And dude, this guy's OP. So my only fear is that you're gonna give me like Skyboss next, in which I have to put Skyboss at 4. So I'm putting Adele at 1. Oh
Enel won,
yeah, because I already
and then
know
okay, so there's
I know the next one you're gonna give me is gonna be 4.
who am I gonna give you?
Skyball. I'm just kidding.
I don't. No, it's Kobe.
Kobe? Kobe? 4. Yeah. He- he-
That's actually a decent list.
that's actually a pretty good
Wait,
list.
wait. So who would you change? Right, you have Enel at 1,
Yeah.
Shanks 2, Buggy 3, Law,
No,
Kobe
Kobe
4,
4,
Law
Law
5,
5. I would probably just move Shanks and Buggy up. And then Anel
and
to
then
3rd.
so you think Enel has a better chance than Kobe and Law
I just don't think
to find the
Kobe's
One
looking
Piece?
for the One Piece?
But he was in that spread though. Like who's gonna find the One Piece?
Oh,
He did
true.
say if he did say he's gonna have to defeat Luffy or like beat Luffy to it if he wants to
Mm,
be Admiral. Who knows?
who knows? But I
Who
think I'm gonna keep my
knows?
list at that. I'm satisfied with that.
Open.
Hmm.
Okay. All right, your turn.
Okay. So then my next one is I guess antagonist, and I guess oh my god, we'll do from like best to worst. So it's kind of funny that you said Enel because the first one I have is Enel. Where do you want to put him?
I don't know. Like I'm not sure who you're gonna say like
Hmm.
in this
It's
list,
kind of
but
hard because you
I
you almost have to be conservative at times.
I'm gonna say he's the benchmark. All right.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say he's a 3
Okay, so you're putting Enel
because
at 3.
I'm not gonna say he's one of the worst ones because he's
Hmm.
one of my favorites for
Yeah.
sure. But
Okay.
man, there's a lot of
That's pretty
good
safe
ones. I'm
though.
gonna, I'm gonna say 3. I'm gonna say 3. I'm playing it safe. I'm playing it
Okay.
safe.
Okay. And then next we have Crocodile.
Oh, you know I love Crocodile.
Yeah, I
Yeah, that's a
know.
two. I
Okay.
love Crocodile. That's the first villain I fell in love with in the
Hmm.
show.
I mean, I
Um,
feel like yeah, he was a really good villain,
he's
especially
a good
for the
villain, man,
time.
and I did one of the best drip, one of my favorite laughs. Oh my god, Sir Crocodile, put respect on his name.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, put him a two, put him a two.
Okay, so you got Crocodile at 2, Anel at 3, and
Uh,
then Gecko Moria.
five, instant five. Man, it's that guy.
Hmm.
He just his design. I'm not the fan. I'm not the biggest fan of.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say the biggest. I hate it.
I was gonna say,
I'm a
I think it's pretty
I'm the
obvious
biggest
from our
hater of.
podcast that we are Gecko Moria haters.
Yeah, no, fuck Ekamari. His whole attitude sucks. But
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, yeah, not a fan of Moria.
Yeah.
Next,
Okay, next we got Caesar Clown. So you have 1 and 4 left.
four. Yeah, that's a four. Instant
Okay.
four.
Oh my god.
He's
Okay.
really funny though. He's a really funny
Yeah.
relief character. I'm not gonna lie, but
Hmm.
as a villain, no.
Yeah, I mean, he is like, I guess, the main villain in Punk Hazard.
Oh man, I'm leaving one to the last
Oh my
spot.
god. You're absolutely so cooked. The last one's
Okay.
Foxy.
This is a good list.
Yeah,
This is a
this
good
is actually.
list.
Uh, Surprisingly, I actually like Foxy, and I know I've talked to you
I,
about this like off cam, but I really enjoy Foxy, the Foxy
yeah,
arcs. So
I think I
yeah,
think the only I think this is very close to being a perfect list.
what would you change?
Um
Because you got Foxy
oh yeah.
at 1,
Well,
Crocodile at
yeah,
2,
yeah.
and L3,
That's
Caesar
that's
Clown
that's the
4,
that's the problem. That's
Moria
the
5.
problem right there. Like
Hmm.
you got Foxy at one. That's the problem right there.
Where would you put him
Obviously,
though?
move. I put him at four.
Really? Wait, so you'd move
Yeah,
what? Caesar Clown above him?
yeah,
You just
yeah.
move the
I
rest
put
up.
I moved the
Okay.
rest up. I put him at four, move the rest up, and that'd be perfect list.
Okay. No, that's
That'd
actually
be
a really good
that
list.
was close. That was close to perfection.
No, that's actually a really good list. I like that list.
So, I mean, like, dude, two actually like socks. Okay,
Foxy?
that's
I like Foxy.
so. All right, I got. So this is my last one.
Uh-huh. What do you got?
Let's see.
I
This is
guess
One
what's
Piece
the
moments.
One Piece moments? Okay.
Um, you could. Uh, I'll say. I'll say this. How much you enjoyed them.
Okay.
Enjoyed them. How much you both. Pure enjoyment. Which one you like the most?
Mm-hmm.
So the first one I got is Mary's funeral.
Oh, dude. Uh, how much I enjoyed it? See, like, dude, that was sad. So, like, for me to say I enjoyed it,
Oh no, like enjoy obviously means like,
yeah,
dude,
like how much it meant.
I cried,
Oh my
bro.
god, yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. That was really fucking
Okay,
good.
I'm gonna put that
I
too.
teared up.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that
Okay.
too. I gotta be conservative, you know.
Two is not conservative.
Yeah,
Two.
but that's also like a heavy hitter, you know.
Yeah. All right. Next one
That would have me
is
crying, you know. So,
Kuma defeating the Straw Hats.
oh, dude, I like that one. As Saboti.
Yeah, it's a voting.
Oh my god, dude, I actually really like that. I'm gonna put that at 3.
Okay. Next one is Gear 5. When he first starts going Gear 5.
Oh, I gotta put that one.
Oh, that was a that was a,
I
that
gotta
was
put that
a
one.
that was a no question,
Hmm.
no thoughts behind it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I gotta put
it's
that one. I thought that was so
some
hype.
might say some might say recency bias. That's
Yeah.
kidding.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
that
then
was
that
pretty
leaves me
fun.
4 and 5 left. So okay, go.
I mean, these are all really good. I'm not gonna
Hmm.
lie. I'm not gonna front.
Oh, really?
Uh,
Okay.
yeah. There's no bad moment. I mean, I could. We can talk about it after, but
Hmm.
this next one I have is Sanji crying after beating up Luffy.
I'm gonna put that at 5.
Dude, I love that scene. What? That's actually. Dude, I love that scene. I hate how.
I
I mean, I guess you have two choices left,
yeah,
but like,
it's either 4 or 5. So like
but
it's
like, I hate how
difficult.
you just didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
But like, you know what? I love this, but it has to go to five.
It's
It
crazy
was
because
a.
I actually just
I'm a little
recently
bummed.
rewatched this scene, like probably last week. It just like popped up on
That's an
my
amazing scene. That's
like
an
my
amazing
feed.
scene. Amazing scene.
Yeah.
Cinema. Um,
What's the last one?
VV's farewell.
4? Okay. I'm
I
okay
would have
with
put that at
that.
five. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
if I were to change
not
that, I would just put
gonna
that at
lie.
5.
So did you change the list? It would have just been five.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's great.
I'll move that
So
to 5.
so like for me, I
Hmm.
think like damn, like I think like my One Piece moments, like if I were to redo this list, right, it'd be like
Hmm. Yeah,
Mary's funeral,
1. Uh-huh.
Gear 5,
Hmm.
Sanji crying after beating up Luffy, Kuma
Yeah.
beating up the Straw Hats, Levi's
And then
farewell.
okay.
3 and 4 would be interchangeable though between Kuma.
Yeah, I feel like
And
the middle
Sanji.
ones are all like around the same level.
Yeah. Good. Well, all
Okay.
right.
No, that's
So
solid. And then I guess I got the last one. So the topic for the last one is best strip.
okay.
And so the first one I'm going with, or I'm giving you, is Perona. And I just
Yeah, I
want to
gotta look
say
this up.
she's got the gothic Lolita like drip, you know.
I know. I know.
She's a very
But I'm not
interesting
gonna
character when
lie.
it comes to looks.
She has the thing about her is she has multiple looks.
Hmm. But they all have
I
like
mean, I
that
guess
gothic
they all
like
yeah.
Lolita vibe.
I'm gonna say 4.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 4.
Okay.
Um, I'm not really I mean, I'm a fan. Not really. I'm not like the biggest fan. Like, there's a lot of Perona stands on the internet and the One
Mhm.
Piece fandom. Perona
Yeah.
is one of the more popular. Like, you know how like there's people who have like Luffy PFPs,
Yeah.
all those Sanjis or whatever.
Hmm.
Perona is like always like one of the more popular ones
Yeah,
too.
she is actually
And
fairly
I
popular. That's why I put her on this list.
okay,
She's not like
so I put
a
4.
main character, but people do like how she looks. Okay, next
Okay.
I got, I have to throw it in there, Zoro.
Just like overall,
Uh,
or his best. Actually, I would say overall.
I would say overall, yeah.
2. I
2.
think there's
Okay.
a few characters that have better drip.
Yeah. I feel
Um,
like especially with Zoro, there's some that I really like. Like, and I feel like we both agree, like his egghead fit is actually so fire.
his egghead fit is so yeah. His egghead fit is crazy.
But
The
some
only
other
thing
ones,
that could be better
I don't
with it
know.
is the color.
Mhm.
There's like a fan drawing. There's like a fan drawing of the color of the egghead one where it was like green instead because I think they
Yeah.
chose the black one right in the
Yeah,
anime.
they
But it's the green was so much better. But
really.
we'll take it. We'll take it.
Okay, okay.
Uh,
Um okay, next we got Mihawk.
they I'm not a fan of Mihawk's strip. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
People say his strip is crazy.
Yeah.
Uh
Where are you putting him
I'll
at?
say
You got
see that
1,
might get
3,
hate
and
for this shit.
5. So like
I'm gonna get I'm gonna get hate for this shit, bro. I'm gonna say 5 for last. Oh my god, I want to put him at 5. Oh fuck.
you got 1, 3, and 5, Mihawk.
My honest opinion, 5.
Okay, okay.
I don't see it. I'm not a
Honestly,
fan of
I'm
the
not a fan of
gothic
his
stuff.
outfit either.
But the
He looks like
people
a vampire, kind of. He got that
I'm
vampire
not a
aesthetic.
he's got the vampire. Yeah, he does have the vampire swagger.
Hmm.
Uh, uh, the hat is cool.
Uh,
I'm gone.
that's the only
And I
part I
wish I had
like.
that kind of mustache. Dude, he has the Gap mustache too. I need
Oh,
a
really?
maybe I should maybe yeah, maybe I should like take notes.
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah, after putting him at 5. Okay,
5.
okay. Next, Doflamingo.
Oh, that's 1.
Yeah, you got
That's crazy.
one and three.
He has the pink fur on. Like he camera on. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
he crazy.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
that's an
I
easy
mean,
one.
he's got drip. You know,
I
he's
think
got the
I,
sunglasses. He's got the scarf, like, or not
I
even the
think his
scarf.
best
Yeah.
outfit is the what's it called? The one where he had the suit on
Mm-hmm.
in
Oh
the
yeah.
in the flashback. I think
Yeah.
that's his best outfit.
Mm-hmm. But even his other outfit, I think, is just like that's just drip. You know.
Iconic. They're all iconic.
Okay. And last, Senior Pink,
Nah,
in which that's going three.
it's if I'm being serious, he's going in five, but yeah, he has to. I mean, you have no choice. He's going to three.
Mm-hmm. So then
Um,
you have Dofi
I respect
one,
what it
Zoro
is for.
two.
What I have respect for what it's about for though. But to be honest, for me, this is a perfect list.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from Senior Pick at three, like my ideal list would have been moving everybody, like moving Senior Pick like at five and moving
uh,
everybody up.
everybody else
But
up one. Okay.
yeah, no, but like man, it's I don't know how to explain. I don't like gothic stuff,
Mm-hmm.
vampire stuff.
Yeah.
Um, like I'm a big fan of motherfuckers in suits, bro. Like,
Yeah, I
yo, look at the
know.
Doflamingo flashback. When I think of Zorro drip, I think
Mhm.
of Zorro Dressrosa.
Yeah, the
That I
suit.
think that's his best outfit.
I think that one, Egghead. You know what outfit I don't like is his Elbath outfit. I am not a fan of the Elbath Zoro outfit at all.
Mhm. We'll see. I do like the shoulder pads, bro. Sick. I like that a little bit.
Yeah.
The goggles is kind of goofy though.
Yeah, I think the goggles is so goofy. I just don't understand. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, but
No,
we'll see. We'll
that's a
see. We'll
pretty
see
good
how it
list though.
goes.
Yeah, no. I
No.
think honestly,
Um.
I think like all of these lists were pretty good, you know?
Yeah, they're all pretty good. I really enjoyed it. That was actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. So I mean, that wraps it up for today's episode. That was
Hmm.
a quick little episode. I mean, it's a little over an hour, but it's
Yeah.
considering we only had an episode review today,
Hmm.
that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Um. Before we sign out, guys, I just want to say thank you for tuning in. If you tuned in this far, make sure you guys like, subscribe, give us a comment down below, and
Hmm.
click any links below if you want to support us. Whether that be Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, iTunes, all that stuff. Give
Hmm.
us a follow, like whatever the fuck. Um, yeah. And if there's anything for you, Austin?
Yeah, I guess just stay tuned. I believe next week we're gonna do manga chapter review. Probably another activity, and I also think sometime this upcoming week where we also have another activity that we recorded offhand that we're gonna be releasing. So stay tuned for that as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, yeah.
Mhm.
Like Austin said, next week we'll see you guys later. Have a
Bye.
good one. Peace.